Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Liverpool Connection podcast. How are we feeling, lads? We're in the last 16 of the Champions League, and it feels good.
It's where we belong.
You're damn right, it's where we belong, isn't it?
It feels like a holiday, right, from the Premier League at the moment.
A much needed holiday.
A much needed holiday. The Premier League has been such a disaster of a season so far. The Champions League feels like a relief, and our performances, on the whole, let's eliminate that away at Napoli. On the whole, we've looked very good in Europe. Yeah, it's a holiday. I like the Champions League this season. I'm feeling very good about it as well.
It kind of shows that we're not very good at the weekend, and we're all right during the week, right?
Yeah, it feels like the weekend.
Sounds like my social life when I was single.
Really? Let's hear more about this.
No, let's not.
Okay. Next, please.
But yes, so it was a much better professional performance against an extremely good Napoli side. I mean, I think we can forget that Napoli are
best in Europe right now.
Been fantastic, and I thought
First
it was fairly even. The majority of the game, it was a fairly even game, and then the chaos, the box office, the wild man Nunez, when he came on, it made the difference. It really did.
Before we get there to the end, let's talk about the start, the lineup, and how surprising were you? Curtis Jones playing in the front three on the left instead of the midfield three.
He looked good. I wasn't surprised at all.
It was a surprise. He's not played there before.
He has played there, not necessarily for he played there a couple of times for the first team, like two, 3 years ago. Not all the time, but there was a couple of appearances. He played there for the youth side, etc. I wasn't that surprised because we don't have that many options at the moment. That I figured that Carvalho isn't ready. I don't think at this level, which is completely understandable. We don't have many, if any, options for that side. So I wasn't surprised.
Well, you said Carvalho's not ready. He's a year younger than Jones, right? And Jones has just come back from injury. So
but Jones has played for a Premier League level side for 3 and 4 years now. Carvalho, this is his first season. He's 4 months into it. So I was not surprised. And Carvalho, coming off the bench, has looked really good. But when he started, he seemed to have struggled a little bit.
I agree there. I think
I wasn't surprised that Jones got that opportunity, and I thought he did all right, actually.
I did as well. I mean, Jones is a bit hit and miss. Last season he had the freak eye injury, and again, he's still a young lad. Now, do I see his future at Liverpool in the next couple of years? I don't know. He's really got to prove himself. But I thought he did all right on the night. And the biggest exclusion was Henderson, which makes sense with a massive match against Spurs coming up.
Well, he had a knock as well, didn't he, in the game before?
Yeah, and he trained by himself. I think it was more to promote his new book. He's getting all clean shaven.
I don't know about these books. Like Pep Linder's book coming out with all of the tactics at the beginning of the season doesn't seem like a good idea.
So his head knows all the dirt in the locker room.
Henderson's book. I haven't read it. I'm sure it's great. I'm sure it's going to be very nice. A very Henderson, which is great, but
I don't know how many of our subscribers. Please subscribe, like, and all that stuff. I don't know how many of our subscribers are actually book readers. So let's talk about the game. Konate coming back in, the big man coming back into the lineup.
Absolute beast.
He is a quality player. Konate was brilliant last season.
But
was huge in us getting to nearly winning everything. Konate was fantastic, and considering the injuries he had this season, to put in a performance like that against a quality Napoli side, it's like he's played the entire season. He's brilliant.
For a young player, he's very astute to the runs, especially of Napoli. Like, he had Trent's back constantly. And you even see a little bit of Matip in him now, where he's going
On that
forward.
run, they came first
Yeah,
half.
I mean, he's going to the halfway line and he's passing the halfway line now. And he exudes just confidence. It's a shame because I know all three of us like Gomez, but there are mistakes in it, and it's shown. The City game, he was absolutely perfect, but then it's been creeping back in his game. So to bring in and have somebody like Konate that you can bring in and shore up, it makes. I think it makes Van Dijk feel a bit better.
It helps if you'll also notice against Napoli, we played a lot higher. We played a lot higher up. When you compare that to Leeds, where the gap of the defence was extremely deep, and then there was the midfield, and then there was the forwards, and there was all this space. But against Napoli, you can play, when you have Konate in the side, you can play that bit higher. You can also push Trent forward as well, which is where he is best, because you have that pace from Konate at the back as well. You can get into recovery positions, and that was extremely noticeable within the first 5 minutes of the game against Napoli. That we went back to pretty much a 4-3-3. It was pretty much that, but it definitely helped us. We looked more like our normal selves.
Well, we mentioned before the podcast is that the spaces were it was more compact,
Yeah,
right?
very much.
And I've seen all season.
Imagine that.
Well, I mean, there wasn't the spaces in between the midfielders on laterally that we've seen where people can just run through them, with pace. So they were really compact. From front to back was more compact, and I don't know if we're going to be able to do that every game.
We were good, right, up until Nunes came in. We were good. We were still, to me, giving up too much space. Fabinho, to me, was still poor. Fabinho was still nowhere close to the quality of what we have seen over the past 4 or 5 years. Fabinho is still a problem at the moment in the team, especially in the Premier League. In the Champions League, it's a little bit different. There is a little bit more space. You can kind of get away with it slightly, especially in the group games. But I thought it was essentially, to me, it was a functional, solid, better performance, while not fantastic. You can't discredit that we beat a very, very good Napoli side, and we were solid, we were good. And then Nunes came on, then it was utter madness, which is great.
You know what was madness? That moustache.
Oh, the
That's
long
madness.
range, this little,
What's
I'll
going
tell you
on
what,
there?
it's better than Curtis Jones. Curtis Jones has like this, like when you were at school, right? And then, you're at school, and then the 15-year-old shows up, and he's started to have these little bits of bum fluff appearing on his top lip, and they're like, oh, look at him, he's got a stop. Curtis Jones has that at the moment.
Yeah,
That's all I have to say about that,
the
except for Nunes.
The Curtis
Keep it going.
Curtis Jones isn't a madman.
Yeah, he is. But Alisson, then we go to the extreme. Alisson's beard is coming along really well. Like, that was my favourite moment in the first half when he walked out.
Alisson's beard?
You see his beard? It's getting really good. Yeah, it's an impressive beard.
You know what's impressive is
I like it. I'm sorry, Alisson's beard. Everyone's thinking this. You don't want to say it. I'll say it. I don't care. Alisson's beard looks really good.
Well, you've said that 3 times.
Yeah.
I guess it's really good then.
Yeah, I guess it's
hopefully,
really
like
good.
Beetlejuice, he'll pop out and say hello to everyone.
Interesting
it's a
there
good
at the
beard.
end, making some changes, bringing energy onto the pitch. 3 subs, right?
Yep.
Bajanic,
Yep.
Carvalho, and Ramsey. Now, one is legally able to buy a beer. Can you buy a beer at that age?
Of course you can.
I don't know.
Of course you can.
I don't.
Combined age of 12.
I mean, look how young those 3 kids were,
They made a difference as well,
and
big
but
time.
the energy
Yeah,
they brought
and
right
energy,
away. You
energy,
saw the energy pick up.
Ramsey. Cruyff-esque move.
Calm down.
His
Calm down.
first move.
Calm down, he said. But no, talk it up.
His first move was Cruyff-esque.
You,
He
you don't want to go
he
in
looks
the
the
Houllier of like Shea Room next seat down. Be careful.
No.
Calm down.
His move. I'm not saying he's Cruyff, the next Cruyff, but his move was Cruyff-esque.
Yeah.
And I did not know the lad was that fucking big.
He is, isn't he? He's a tall guy, right?
Jesus Christ.
Tall guy. 5'9" of that is his chin.
Yeah, but what I saw from him, if we're talking about Ramsey, I saw some technical ability on the ball, and we really didn't know because we haven't seen him. But his close ball technique is going to bode well for this team moving forward for the future. I guess it's different, right? It's almost like it's Nico Williams, but a bigger Nico Williams. And
Hopefully.
it's going to be
Early days, but
yeah, early days. But they brought in some energy at the end of the game where
It was good.
where this team, as old as it is, needs that energy in games.
I'd expect him to start League Cup, Coca-Cola Cup, Rumbelows Cup.
Yeah.
I would expect him to start that game.
Crisp Cup.
Yeah. But so Tottenham. So we played Tottenham at the weekend.
Who also qualified as well.
They did.
And you know,
Good for them. I mean, that was pretty dramatic. The way they got through in first place. So good for them.
well, Marseille's not an easy place to go.
It's a horrible place.
And you know, they did the job. So Sunday, you know, Tottenham away is no easy feat. I would expect Henderson to be back.
Yeah.
Maybe Fabinho gets a rest.
I don't think so.
You don't think so? So you think
I
it'll be?
I think the problem is, right, at the moment, and maybe that's playing into Fabinho's performances, we don't really have an option. I don't think I would play Henderson and Fabinho role away at Spurs. I think Fabinho needs games. I think why he wasn't great, like I said, against Napoli, I think we need to keep him in. I would start Fabinho for this game.
You know, we're talking about a lot of days of rest in between from Tuesday, Sunday. So there are.
Yeah, but they have like 2 games left, and then it's World Cup, so they can play. They can play. I would start. If you're away at Spurs, Fabinho, even while he's been nowhere close to being good this season, he's still out, which is probably one of the reasons for our poor form in the Premier League. He's still the best player that we have for that position. Okay, I would start, and I think he will. I would start Fabinho against Spurs.
Yeah, it really depends if Klopp tries the 4-4-2 again or stays with the 4-3-3, right? It just really depends what he wants to try.
Depends if Nunes is going to start. I think a lot.
Nunes.
I think he will.
100% start. It'll be Bobby, Nunes.
I think he'll do the 4-3-3.
He's got to. I mean, 2 league games left. You know, away to Spurs and then Southampton at home. And I said this last week. If we could get 6 points from our last 3 matches, did I expect us to lose the Leeds? No chance did I ever. So if we could get 6 points in these
Leeds I called 6-0. Like a lot of people thought we would wallop Leeds. I thought we would wallop them. I thought that was. I don't even want to talk about it.
No,
it was that bad. So anyway, Tottenham.
You did call 6-0.
Back to Allison's
I called 6-0.
Yeah, and thank you to all the Leeds
thanks
people
for the
that
comments.
commented on our video. Thank you.
I'm fine with it.
Come back again.
Yeah.
After we beat you back at Ellen Road, come back all you
If
want.
I was a dirty Leeds fan and I saw that, I'd be commenting non-stop.
Of course.
It's great. Of course, that's what you should be doing, right? Don't hide.
They'll still get relegated.
So I think, so to the Spurs game, I think he'll go to the 4-3-3. I think he'll go, it's Conte, right? So Conte is going to play how Spurs have been playing this season, which is extremely tight, defensive, making sure they don't concede goals, very Conte. I think he'll go with the Henderson, Fabinho, Thiago midfield. I think he'll go with Nunes, Firmino, Salah. back four with Konate.
Yeah.
I think that I would be
Robbo
surprised.
back in.
Yeah, Robbo back in, Trent right up, Virgil, of course. I'd be surprised if that wasn't the team. The only question is, to me, is if Elliott comes in the midfield for one of either Henderson or Thiago to me, but I think you'll stick with the Fabinho.
Yeah, I can't
Henderson
see him
and
since
Thiago.
Thiago. I mean, there's a lot of days rested between those
Yeah,
games.
there is.
Yeah, and I can't see Elliott starting this one, to be honest. I think he's going to go with the tried and true experience of Hendo, Thiago, and Fabinho.
And I like Elliott, and Elliott's been brilliant this season. So maybe, but we'll see. We'll see.
You never know with Klopp, but good win under our belt against Napoli. We've always said, like, after the City match, we're not back, but we had a good win, and then we got through with West Ham, and we thought, we're starting to play better, and then the Forest game and Leeds game it's inconsistency, but Klopp realises that, and if we can get through to the World Cup, get that break, get Diaz back, we will be a better team. Don't even think about what's going to go on in January right now. We can't, because we still have another month without bringing players in. And we can talk all we want about Bellingham. Bellingham's not going to be the only help this team needs.
Well, he would come in January anyway.
No, but you know what I'm saying. We need more than Bellingham to revitalise this team. But if we can get a couple of wins before the World Cup, and even when we play the Carabao Cup, and hopefully beat Derby as well. Hopefully 3 wins on the trot. Going to the World Cup, the lads who go. The other lads hang out for a bit until they go to fucking hang out there. What else do you do? Shake it all about. Do the hokey cokey.
Well, we're gonna have some friendlies, I think.
Well, no,
during the World Cup,
I know
right?
that's madness too.
They're
Why
all
not
doing.
just?
Every team's doing.
Why just?
Man City just
Why
announced
not just
friendly
stay
Arsenal.
home? We're going to
They're not good.
Abu Dhabi.
Yeah, that's.
Well, they like going to Abu Dhabi. It's a
That's-
favorite place to go.
It's a different game now.
It
money.
is.
There is money to be made now from little tours to the Middle East. So
It
it's
is.
going to happen, unfortunately. But the players also need to stay fit. They need game time, and we have a lot of players that won't be at the World Cup as well. So
Who needs to stay fit? Us 3.
Hey, but just because Liverpool's not playing during that time, we will still have content for you. We have some special guests coming up for you. We have referees. We have announcers.
Pele
Not
is going to
Pele.
be on.
Messi? No. Nah,
we do have some special guests coming up
we have
during the World Cup.
Jeff Hurst,
Jeff Hurst. Oh my God.
Alexi Lalas for Wilson.
No, we want it.
Cody Jones, whatever he's called. Cody Jones.
Kobe Jones.
What's he called? He played for
How about
Coventry, didn't
Sylvester Stallone
he? Little dreadlocks.
for victory?
Escape to Victory in England.
Yeah.
In America, it's called Victory. Dumb it down.
Hey, so let me ask you something because of that movie, right?
Yeah.
Did you?
I love that movie.
You guys, it's just Escape to Victory
Yeah,
in
it's
England, right?
it's
In the
it's
United States,
called
it's just Victory.
Escape to
Yeah.
Victory.
So, did you guys like that movie?
Loved it.
I have it.
Of course.
To be really
Okay, I just don't
dorky,
know, because
I have it on Blu-ray. That's how much I love that film. John Walk's in it. Arnold Muren, get his name right. Like you have all these fantastic players.
No,
John Walk
I
used
love
to
the
play for
movie too,
Liverpool.
but I mean,
Pele
I just
overhead
don't know.
kick.
You guys,
Max von Snyder.
you
D-Less.
guys are the
That's the
birthplace
Ozzy
of
Diaz is in
football, so I didn't know that movie took the
That's
piss.
one of the great war movies.
It is.
Based on a true story.
Escape to Victory.
And they escaped through the sauna. Anyways,
brilliant.
Yeah, if you haven't
Such
watched,
a good film.
if you haven't watched Escaped,
Escape.
Victory.
Escape.
Yeah, Escape,
In America, though, it's just called
Victory.
Victory.
Anyway, we got
Which
loads.
has got nothing to do with the. Why would you get rid of the escape to victory and just call it victory? You're essentially not explaining. That's a terrible move. Why would it be changed?
Because I think Sylvester Stallone can say that escape to victory.
That's like the Henry V
Didn't he
movie,
actually
right?
play-
In America, Henry V got changed because they were worried the
Didn't he
Americans
have-
thought it'd be like the fifth.
Didn't he actually play a
Fourth.
Canadian in the movie?
Who? Stallone?
Yeah,
Oh, I don't know that.
I think he played a
for
Canadian,
America, maybe.
non-American.
Let us know in the comments if you've seen
Yeah.
Escape
All
to
you
Victory.
Leeds,
if you've
all
played
you
the
Leeds
movie.
fans that
Yeah,
watched
any
the
Leeds
movie.
fans.
So
Yeah.
which
What
one
happened
have
to
you
Harry
watched, Victory
Kuehl?
or Escape to
Well,
Victory?
it's Escape to Victory. We already know that.
Well, I'm just very happy that you guys like that movie
It's an
because
amazing
any movie
movie.
with Sylvester
So
Stallone
good.
can't be taken seriously usually. So,
Oh, we take that seriously.
well, I am very happy.
That's a
to
very
know that.
serious, very serious.
In
serious movie,
addition
Wilson.
to this, hopefully I have one of my mates on who's a Spurs fan, London boy, Pete. Hopefully I'll have him on for a little bit, so this will be added on. But I just want to say, lads, I am so proud. We've hit 3K subscribers, which it just keeps growing and growing. Just accept him.
Yeah,
He just keeps getting smaller. But
I feel like I'm in the Wizard of Oz right now. You know that scene where Dorothy gets to Oz, gets out of the house, and meets her new friends.
But thank you so much, everyone that's liked, that's listened,
All right, you're paying for your tab. I'm telling them.
that's
No,
commented.
it's on BD Riley. Thank you, BD Riley. Cheers.
Yeah, thank you
Appreciate
so
it.
much for the
Thank
grub and for the bevs.
What do we think, though, Spurs? So, what do we think? What do we think of the score?
You know
We've
me.
got to end this with this. I know you don't give a score. That's pathetic. Come on.
2-1 to the Reds. We're gonna snatch a victory.
They're gonna snatch a victory.
Snatch.
They're gonna escape with a 2-1 victory.
I just wanted to say snatch. I like that word.
It's a great word.
It's Guy Ritchie's word.
I think I'm going to go with a classic 3-1 to Liverpool. I think we'll have too much for them. And I think the madman, lunatic, chaos, box office, psychopath Nunes will have a very good game. 3-1 Liverpool.
All right, then
He
you
is
hear.
fun to watch, though, man. He's
Oh no, he's
interesting, isn't he?
complete chaos, and I'm still on the fence about. We could do an entire podcast on Nunes because the ability is there, no doubt whatsoever. And it's not like you don't know what you're going to get because you kind of know what you're going to get. You're going to get a lot of passion. You're going to get someone who's going to be involved. You're going to get someone that's going to make headlines. And I was calling for him to come off the bench against Napoli, and he did everything that I expect from Nunes. He was involved. He scored a goal. There was a little bit of controversy. He nearly knocked someone out as well.
Donkey punch.
He's exciting to watch. He's exciting to see what's going to happen with this guy. But I think he'll start against Tottenham, and no doubt drama follows him. Hopefully, it will be successful. But 3-1.
3 points.
To Liverpool.
You know,
Just say 3 points.
You know who's on the fence? Switzerland. Thanks very much.
Cheers.
Thanks for listening.
Thank you.
He's here all day.
Brilliant. I hope that recorded. That was really good. Yes.